Okay. So you're going to go to apulate.com/sign-in. Your username, again, will always be your work email. When you manually sign into Apulate via the website, this is your dashboard. So mine's empty. You guys are my first meeting today. It's 9 o'clock for me on the West Coast. So I haven't worked on anything today. But as you start to work on your insurance, that's when they will populate right here. Peggy and Bailey, you probably already have this, but just for Dina. So the very first thing that you want to do is to download Apulay Uplink. So Uplink is a simple print driver that allows you to bridge over your cord forms into Apulate. Therefore, it's eliminating the need to rekey any of the data that you include on your cord forms into the Apulate system. Uplink complements any agency management system. You guys use HawkSoft. So Peggy and I worked through some problems you guys were having with some Accords, right, Peggy? We got that figured out.
You were great. You and your staff were awesome.
Perfect. But if you don't have completed Accord forms and you want to just do to add your insured quickly, you can add them just by clicking on this add new customer or prospect. I will show you the manual way today, and then you guys know how to uplink your Accords, but we'll go through that on Tuesday.
So can I can I dummy this through the system, like with one of our clients? As you walk through it, can I start to load like bread and cheese or somebody in the system?
Absolutely. Yep.
Peggy, are you opposed to that?
No, I think it's a great idea, but you might want to, she's starting with the
I'm going to do a dummy account at the end too.
Yeah. Okay,
so
then
if
I'll
you
wait.
want to follow along at the end. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
because I prefer that you go from HawkSoft.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Okay, so Uplink, you're going to go up to this blue dashboard at the top, and under Tools, you'll click on Apulate Uplink. You can specify your AMS. You don't have to. It's not mandatory if you don't want to. You'll just click on this Download Uplink Driver button. It takes about a minute to install, but once it's installed, Uplink will show up as a printer driver option for you. If you run into any issues while you're trying to download this, a big thing, usually you have to close out your Outlook. So if you're getting an error message, just close everything out while you're doing this download. So that is Uplink. Next is WebLink. And WebLink is a browser-specific extension that allows you to bridge over duplicate data from Apulate to the carrier portals that a WebLink connection's been developed for. So we're going to go back up to that Tools tab and choose the last option, Apulate WebLink. Bailey and Peggy, you probably already have this, so it's going to save this in this little green box right here. But Dina, you'll just click on this Get Extension button. This one takes like 10 seconds to install. It's really, really quick. But once it's installed, it'll be ready to bridge over duplicate data from Apulate to the WebLink carriers. And because this is a browser-specific extension, if you use multiple browsers to quote, you'll need to download this on those multiple browsers. So you can see I'm in Chrome right now, but if you use Chrome, Edge, Firefox, whatever you use to quote, just make sure you download it. So Uplink is taking duplicate data from the Accord forms and inputting it into Apulate, kind of creating your insurance profile. And then WebLink is taking duplicate data from the Apulate system and bridging it over into WebLink carriers such as like Travelers or Liberty, whoever those WebLink carriers are, kind of creating your submission. Any questions on those two things?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Okay. So next is markets, and you guys probably have already added your markets, but just to go over them. Markets, we're going to go up to the blue dashboard and click on Selected. You want to think of selected markets as your agency's private library of markets. So this really should just be a list of markets that your agency represents or is currently appointed with. Once you are ready to add markets to this list, we'll go back up and click on Available. Available is kind of like the public library. Everybody has access to these. Once you're ready to add somebody, I highly recommend searching who you might be looking for because there's hundreds of pages in here. So let's just say I'm looking for Travelers. Once you're ready to add them and you find who it is, to the right-hand side is this little plus button. And that action just moves them into your agency's private library of markets. So the last piece of setup is adding your credential information for markets that require it. So we're going to manage our passwords by going in the upper right-hand corner and clicking on your name. And down at the bottom is this market login section. I can't stress enough how important this section is. So this is where you can input your username, your password, and if applicable, a producer code for the carrier portals. So this allows you, when you're doing an e-submission or a web link submission, to just automatically be logged in from the Apulay system into that portal. So if you don't have it in here, it's going to make you stop every time and input your credentials. It is a little bit of labor of love, but once it's in here, it's in here. If you guys
interrupt
use
a question, I have a question on that,
Yeah.
Jessica. Where we're still having a problem with is like we still don't have a bunch of them that automatically link to the website to, you know, like Texas Mutual and stuff that automatically link. And that's kind of been a struggle. We've got Hartford and Travelers and Markel working, but a lot of them just go to an email, which that may be the only way they can do that. But when they do,
Okay,
then
but-
we don't have the contacts in there. So that's going to be something we're kind of struggling with.
Okay, so for example, Texas Mutual, they have a portal.
Right.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
So we can definitely add them as a web link carrier. Right now, obviously, they're just email, but we just haven't had anybody request them have a portal. So I will send you an email when I'm done. If you go through your markets and you know that there's a portal, I'll tell you what I need, and I can get them into the web link queue.
Perfect. Just what we need.
Yes. So I'll email you what I need from you in order to get those added.
Okay.
So back down here, if you have markets in here such as ACE, so that's an email submission, it's grayed out because there's no need to have a login information for that market. Same with an Apulay style submission. It's only going to allow you to input credentials for e-submission markets and web link submission markets. If you guys use the same login for your entire agency, nobody has the same or has a different one for that portal, it automatically defaults to use shared login. But if you have your own personal login for that portal, drop this down and change it to use my login so nobody has access to your credentials. And then I also like to tell people, you know, carrier portals usually make you update your password 60 to 90 days out. Just make sure you come back in here and update your password as well so you can automatically get logged in when you're doing those submissions. And that's really the basics of the setup. Do you guys have any questions?
No. Girls?
Okay.
Not at the moment.
Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to just do a pretty comprehensive overview of a loss runner because most people really do start with requesting loss runs before doing submissions. So we're going to manually add our insured for today. I'll show you the uplinking of course on Tuesday, but you'll click add new customer, input your insured's name. I'm going to just do some basic information in here. And then create. And then the next page, you have to assign a line of business. So let's just say we're doing commercial auto. If you need to change the effective dates, go for it right here. None of this, nothing else is really required. And you'll click continue. And then your insured is created. So just an overview, this right here where it says test, this is your master insured profile. There's also a contact section in here. I like to add my contact just from the beginning, so it's in there. So we're going to click add new. Give me a second to fill this out. And you can have as many contacts as you need in here. This tab right here, this is your submission tab. It's labeled with the line of business that you're working on, the effective date, and the current status of your submission. The next thing I like to do is I just like to add my contact to the main record. So to do that, you'll just go to the right-hand side, click on no main contact, And since I went into that master insured tab and added a contact, they'll populate right here. If you don't go into the tab, you can also just add them right here too. Okay, so loss runner. We're gonna go to the left-hand side, click on loss runs right here. And you see these red unspecified markets. So we need to fill out our prior carrier information. So we're gonna click on edit insurance history. And this is where we can edit anything. So let's say they were with Hartford. I'm gonna just type in a few letters and then I'm gonna wait for this list to appear because we have specific fax numbers and emails attached to these markets. So just kind of give it a second to think and then choose from the drop-down list. And policy number isn't required, but it's definitely helpful for loss run requests. And then let's just say they were with Travelers. I'm gonna just delete these ones since I don't need them right now. And I'm gonna click save. So you do have to fill out year by year, but it will combine them on this page, the years, if they were with them for multiple years.
This is a
So
great
if
tool,
you-
guys. It's a great tool. We'll use that a lot. We already do.
Good. So loss runs. I was prior account manager for 8 years, so I know how difficult it can be to obtain loss runs from a prior agent. So this is a great way to kind of bypass that difficult agent and go straight to the market. So to do that, we're going to go to the right-hand side, click on Send Loss Runner. And then the request type will automatically default to letter of authorization. This is definitely the most commonly used request type in our system. It does require an insured signature as well because it's a letter from the insured directly to the carrier, giving the carrier permission to return loss runs to you as the agent. So carriers legally have to abide by this letter because it's from the insured. It's not from you as the agent. Otherwise, they would say, hey, they have to go, you know, the other agent has to request these. No, this is a letter from the insured. So starting at the top, if you drop this down, we also have broker of record letter, agency loss run request letter, and insured loss run request letter, but I'm going to talk you through letter of authorization because it's super popular. So starting at the top, Apulay will populate your insured's information. If this is ever red and you don't have like a phone number in here, it'll be red. You'll just click on this button and you can edit anything right here. And then it's followed by the market that you're requesting loss runs from, including this editable destination right here. So if you click on this and drop this down, there's an email address and fax numbers in here for Hartford. Apulay does our best to have the correct emails and fax numbers for loss run requests, but when carriers change that information, they don't tell us, as well as if it's a different region or different line of business department. So you guys do have a little bit of diligence to make sure that this destination is correct. If you don't see them in here, you can add them new and they will stay there for future use. It's followed by the policy number and the policy period for the insured. And then it concludes with the body of the letter itself, which provides the market with a return destination being yourself as the agent. Again, carriers have to legally comply to this letter. So if you're getting pushback and they're like, no, you need to get it from the other agent, just push back and say, you legally have to abide by this letter because it's from the insured. And then your insured's information is down below. Again, if something is missing, this section will be red. So just click on this little pencil to change anything. So once you click send on this letter, it gets sent to the insured via a link, a mobile friendly link. They'll just click on it. They have to electronically sign this in order for this to work. So they will sign it. And once they sign it, it will automatically just get sent out to this destination that you confirmed in this letter. So you don't have to come back in here after they sign it, push any buttons, it just automatically gets sent out. I do highly recommend clicking on this little box right here. So let's say in 10 days, you don't have your loss runs back from the market. Apulay will send another signed letter out on behalf of you automatically. So again, you don't have to come back in here and do anything.
And Jessica,
So
I
you'll
have a
click
quick question.
send. Sure.
When you send off that signed signature, does that go straight to our form stack, or is that something in Apulate that we do like an insured signature on?
Yeah, so once you click send, you'll click OK. This sends, again, it sends a link to your insured to, it's a mobile-friendly link to sign. Once they sign it, this little bubble right here will be completely green and it'll say signed by insured. There will be a copy of it in Apulate.
Okay, so it's signed through Apulate. It doesn't
Yes,
like get
it is.
converted to form stack?
It doesn't.
Okay.
I always
So this will
PDF
say-
mine and I resend them to the insured as well, because sometimes they have a time opening them. So I PDF them and still email them to the insured.
Does it still go through okay? Because you, in order for it to just automatically get sent out to the destination, it has to be electronically signed through the link.
Right. If you PDF it and then we electronically send it to them on our DocuSign, because I know I had a couple of them, like one of my breweries, she could not get the form to work from the site. So I just ended up PDFing it and then had her electronically sign it. We sent it out from that way. It worked that way, but I save it just so we have it on file anyway.
Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting that she didn't get the forms, or the link wasn't working. Is that what you're saying?
She said she could not open it up at any point. So, and she kept trying, I kept resending it. She said, I'm having trouble with this link. So I don't know if it's her system or what, but it would not work. And so that's when I went in and thought, every time I do one now, I just go ahead and PDF it. And then if I don't get it back, I email it over to them and have them electronically sign and go from there.
Okay.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Okay, okay. I mean, if it works for you, that's, if it works for you, great. If it's taking your insured a while to sign it, you can click on this little bell right here and it sends them a reminder to sign. So Apulate tracks and timestamps all actions related to loss runner, with the exception of when loss runs are returned to you by the market. So you're going to get those loss runs back as you normally would, probably through email. So if you do that little reminder to follow up on loss runs, the only way you can kind of shut that off is just by attaching your loss runs. So to attach them, you'll just go to the right-hand side, click these three little dots, and upload your loss runs. The system will also timestamp who uploaded the loss runs and when. Let's say you don't need to utilize Loss Runner, you have access to the portal, or the insured already provided those loss runs. You can skip Loss Runner altogether and just click those three little dots and upload the loss runs as well. Any questions on Loss Runner, guys?
No.
Doing good.
Okay. Well, that's really all I had planned today. A lot of people get overwhelmed when we do the entire system, so I did break it up into 2 sessions to just kind of let people breathe for a day or two and come up with any questions if you guys have anything.
Anybody?
I'm good right now. I mean, I think that I want to see I know the rating. I think that the training session number 2 will be more beneficial to me personally, just because I want to see the hot stop integration.
Is there any way we could touch base on how they can upload today? I know there's a lot to it, but maybe start on that, showing them the way we upload, and maybe use one when we have all the downloaded information so they can show how you create that coordinate. Maybe upload just a 125 on an account.
Yeah, I can stop sharing, and whoever wants to share your screen, we have a little bit more time. I'm happy to go over like 5 to 10 minutes too.
I would like to kind of get it, because that way it'll give them an into it for next week, because I know it's going to create, I know it did for me, a ton of questions.
Here.
So
Okay.
Bailey, can you do that? Because I know she's got a couple in front of her. One of them that's got all the the data downloaded, so it'll be easy to create the Accord and upload it into the program, into Apulay.
Which one do you want to do first? Pick Salon, Bread, or HWW?
Try Salon. It's an easy one. Well,
Okay.
it doesn't have everything downloaded because it's Markel. So do
So
bread and
bread.
cheese.
Okay.
Mhm. I'm trying to think of one that would have almost everything from the carrier.
Okay, cool. So from here, do I go back to Apulay?
No,
So do you have,
I'm gonna let
okay.
Jessica take over.
Okay.
So do you have, I believe, Peggy, you're wanting her to uplink Accords, right?
Right, the Accords are probably not even generated on it. We need to do a remarket. So Bailey, you need to duplicate it first as a prospect for 21 to 22. Oh, it's got the renewal pending. You can do it from there. So
Duplicate the client?
don't duplicate it. Go up to action. And you're going to create a 125, an Accord.
Where is that print create?
It's easier to use just the Accord forms on those, to be honest with you. Go to
Okay.
the back. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so from here, you're going to print it to Uplink. So you'll print it. You guys, for some reason, you have to take your signature off, right, Peggy?
Yes, you have to take your signature off. I don't know why. We never did figure that out, but it doesn't matter. Take your signature off. It's just
That?
easier. Yep.
Okay. Oh, I guess do I click print copy, or is that where the Apulay printer will be?
Yep.
She's going to show you.
And then you'll find Apulay uplink from your printers.
It's the other way typically. For me, it is.
Printer, Hawkstar virtual, Apulay. Here we go. Print.
And then give it a second.
Okay.
And then you'll click send. And then do you want to do GL? Is that what you guys are going to quote?
No, we're going to quote a business owner. So I would
Okay,
just do
so
a business owner.
change it. Perfect. And then you'll click continue. And then your insured's profile is created. You
Okay.
could just click got it on that one. So is Justin Frank the name of the insured?
No, it's bread and cheese.
That's
Okay, so
another
go
thing.
into the-
It pulls the owner name instead of
The business name?
the right name. Yeah, and it doesn't always pull the
So-
DBA. I don't know why it's doing that.
Can you go into Hawksoft really quick? Because whatever Hawksoft is putting on the Accords is what is going to come in here. So I just want to look at those Accords really quick.
Look at what we just did.
Yeah.
It did. Yep, it
Okay.
did
So
Justin.
something with Hawksoft is pulling through the contact, not the company name.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a note to contact Hawksoft. Bear with me 1 second.
That's okay.
I'll get that fixed later. Okay, cool. So let me go back to Apulay, and do I click here to fix the name?
Yes. And the great thing about this is it will actually, once you change the name, I'll show you, once you change the name, or if something else were to be changed, like the mailing address or something like that, once you click save to towards the middle of the screen,
This one?
The Accord that you uplink to begin with will automatically update with this information. So you don't have to go back into the form section and change it yourself. So if you click on that business owners tab up top and go into your form section to the left, if you click on your 125 and open that up, you'll see that the insured's name changed.
Nice.
That's what we know.
Same with the effective date or anything that you change for the insured's profile. It will automatically update on Accords that you've already uplinked, as well as future documents like supplemental applications or other Accord forms.
Alrighty.
You see the 160 in there because after you guys have access to our available forms. So the 160 is automatically created for bot policies. Anything that's duplicate on the 125 will bridge over onto the 160. There's not much information in Apulay right now.
Okay.
If you click on available forms a little bit.
Oh.
Right above Accord, there you go. So this list, it's Accord forms that apply or could apply to the box that you're working on. So if I know you guys create your Accords in Hawksoft, but if you know you kind of maybe just need a quick one in here, you just click on check the little box next to it, and it's automatically created for you.
Awesome.
I do want to show you something. Will you check the box for the 140
Yes.
and the 126 actually? Go over to the right-hand side and click the edit button for the 126 or the 140. So go up where it says Q&A and towards the upper left-hand corner and change the view to inline. So for some reason, and I'm working to get this fixed because it makes absolutely no sense to me, the schedule of hazards down below, there's no pencils, so you can't edit it from this form. Makes absolutely no sense to me. So we're talking with our engineering team to change it. But
Nice.
to edit it, you'll just go back to that Q&A view instead of the inline and find the schedule of hazards in here. And this is where you can edit it. So you can't edit it right now on the form, but this is where you can edit the information to be included on the form.
Okay.
I don't know why it's like that. The 140 has a section as well. I think it's the building premises or something like that. Premises information, I believe. Go to inline really quick. I think it might be subjects of insurance. That's the 126. Go back up and change it. There we go. Change it to 140. It's the premise information. So for some reason, I don't know why, I can't tell you a reason why you cannot edit on this form. You have to go into the Q&A view to edit the premise information.
That's fine.
So working to get that changed, but just that's kind of the workaround for right now on the 126 and the 140.
Okay.
Or
So
you
do I
can
go-
upload it directly from, which is what I've been doing. You just upload it like you just did the 125.
Okay.
Yes. Peggy, do you
Because
want me to show them how to upload multiple forms since we kind of figured that out together?
Yes, I would like to see
Okay.
that one again too. I know I just learned that the other day when we were all on the phone, and that makes it so much easier.
Okay. So do you have another insured you could use?
Oh, yeah.
I
in
would still
Hawksoft?
use bread and cheese. Can you not just use him?
Well, you already uploaded
but
the forms, though.
we've already uploaded it. So I just wanted to show them how to do multiple ones at one time.
Oh, gotcha. Do it as a package. upload it as a package. Can you not?
So it'll come through a little funky since it's the
Already
actually,
started?
Hawksoft, yeah, I mean, Hawksoft is pulling the contact on the Accord
Okay.
form. So, I mean, we can definitely try it since I
Well,
think
do
it'll
Salon
probably be a
80K.
different
Let's
insured
just do
name.
Salon 80K. That one's one we need to work on anyway. So Bailey, you've got that one. Let's go ahead and start with the Salon 80K. You'll need to create all the documents, and I can, if we need to, look up. Markel just doesn't always download all the information that we need, but we have the policy on file.
So file and then internal, print, create, Accord forms. New, I'm doing another 125, correct?
I would do another
Yep,
125 first.
Okay. And then I'm gonna hit this
Select.
one.
And then from here, go up to the, oh, you can change.
I just want to see how it bridges
I-
over.
Yeah, and I used to work in Hawksoft, and there is a way for the insured name to get pulled over correctly. I can't remember, so definitely contact your Hawksoft rep.
Okay,
Bailey,
So from
that's your
here-
job.
I can do it.
Go up to the top where it says add. Over to the right a little bit, add, and you can add your 126.
Select. Okay,
And then, so your applicant name isn't Salon, if you wanted to change that really quick.
Dina, next week when we do the next training, we'll have you work on one to upload so that both of you get the experience.
And then if you want to add your 140, go back to that add button and add your 140.
hold on, I want to make sure I do this right if we're gonna upload
Sure.
it. And then add 140. Cool.
See, there's no data. You want me to tell you what our coverages are?
I mean, we can.
Since we're gonna attach it, I mean, we might as well do it right.
Where is what in the blanket amount? Are
No,
you
you're
talking
gonna,
about-
in the subject of insurance, well, you gotta put the premises 1, 2, and the address.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, if it were uploaded correctly, which we'll work on that before Jessica's call next week. If for some reason Markel will not upload that data, I have no idea, but I can show you how we need to manually put it in there from their upload.
We can just depend. I mean, I know that's going to take some time. Can we upload it to Apulay and then edit it later?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep,
And I can
so
show you
you'll
that.
go and click your print button from here,
None.
and then, yep, print it to Apulate. Choose your line of business.
It's still business owners, correct? Or do we do
Yeah.
package?
No, do business owners first. I'll show you the tricks on that next week.
Okay.
And all of your Accord forms will be in the Forms tab.
Cool.
Then next week we'll get her to show us how to process it from there.
Yes, I will show you guys how to do the submissions.
Nice.
It does save a lot of time with the main carriers that are online, you know, like as we add. You're gonna send me that list so we can get the rest of them added, right? That have an online presence.
Yeah, I will send you what I need from you, and if you get that started, I will send it over to our WebLink team.
Perfect.
It's usually pretty quick. maybe 1 to 2 weeks. It's a little slower right now, so web links are a little quicker.
Okay.
Cool.
We had several that we requested in the past, and then I was actually told by Sarah, was it Sarah? Yes, that they would be in order as they got to them, and that just because when we went on the cells, they told me, oh, they'll get added, but then when it started requesting like a tune and some of those, she goes, well, they're not a priority. So I don't, has that changed?
A tune is in there.
Okay, it wasn't before.
Yeah, so I mean, I can definitely try and push it. Our web link team is pretty quick anyways. It's not going to take months. At most, it would probably be 3 weeks, but I just requested a huge list like 10 days ago, and they've already been added.
Gotcha.
So, was there, so a tune was one. Can you recall any of the other ones?
SafePoint is one.
Is that one word or 2 words?
It's one word, SAFEPOINT. Trying to think who else. I know we were having trouble with our Liberty Mutual, but I'm gonna have to play with that, and I'll do that before we meet next week to see if it was something within our setup. They kept saying our email or sign on was wrong, but then I could go link on it individually and it wasn't. So I'll check on that next week before we meet.
Okay. I will send you an email shortly with what I need for you to change it from email submission to web link submission.
Okay. I love it.
All right. Anything else for me today?
I don't think so, lady. We appreciate you a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Hope your little one's better soon.
Thank you. I hope so too. She's not acting like she's sick, so we'll see.
Oh, how funny. That's funny.
Well, I look forward to Tuesday, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend. If anything comes up before the weekend, just shoot me an email or give me a call.
Sounds like a winner.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, have a great day. Bye.